Okay. All right. So I wasn't aware that Sharon had put up a community post. So, okay. Mm. So, you know, people do have people's phone numbers. They can text them and say if something's bothering them. I mean, you must have known that e-baggers or one of them is gonna. I'm not saying you must have known and did it because you knew. I'm saying that you know that they're gonna fucking jump on it. You know what I mean? And now they're all like, "Oh, we love it when they fight." So, and Gearhead, I actually had not seen your comments that you had said um to King of Chaos. Um, I'll tell you what you were saying, e-beggars. You were saying, why don't I break out the videos that No BS used to make of SG and SV, because you want to start chaos. Just how you posted Sharon's post, which I probably wouldn't have known about, but you had to post it. You are trying to start trouble. Now, Cindy, your live stream is off the chain because for the last 3 nights, you were live the other night. You were pissed at the things that Munchie was saying about your kids. And you've been texting with me for the last 3 nights. You know exactly what's been going on. But for you to go live and go off like you did on me, but you don't do that to not many others, you don't. I don't know if it's because you know that I'm actually more, I don't know, normal minded against this shit, but I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying is that, okay, yeah, you're raising kids that are going to school, and people like that are going to be raising kids that are going to meet people's children in life. And the more it becomes okay, whether it's my kid or anybody's deceased relative or just anyone, then it becomes the norm. Fighting against cyberbullying and online harassment is a group effort. It really is. I mean, you got to stand for something. Gearhead, your comments made perfect sense to me when I saw it on eBeggars about why don't you just remove the trolls that are in there. I mean, she does see them. She spoke out loud to it tonight in the most disgusting manner. Um, eBeggars, I asked you what initially anybody in this community did to you that made you come in here and just start trying to create chaos. You obviously did. I mean, you screenshotted that post. You guys purposely will say, "Oh, they've deleted this post now, but I'm going to put it up," because you want to cause chaos. You do. And but Izzy, you gotta write your fucking dissertation, don't you? You gotta write your fucking uninformed, untrue, disgusting, slanderous, defamatory, constant fucking book reports. Unreal though, Cindy. Your live stream was just, you didn't sound like I can attest to the fact that you are not being factual. You and I have been texting for the last 3 nights because you've been pissed off about what's going on online. So you're truly, like, I don't know who you're trying to impress there. I didn't spend my live stream accusing you of anything. So you going there is like off the chain. It really is. I mean, Gearhead made perfect sense when he said, I believe that, SG has made it really clear that she just wants you to stop. Like, seriously, like, stop with the trolls in the room. Like, I don't understand. Like, what's the difficulty of it? Like, so I didn't see your comments, Gearhead. So, this is what you said, maybe I should post, and this is what King of Chaos said. Maybe I should post No BS's older videos from last year when it was doing them about SV and SG. From before No BS lost it and just began simping for SG and SV. Don't worry, No BS, we got you. Because you like to cause fighting, and that's why the comments on your stuff is, I love it when they fight and stuff like that. That's what's going on there. Like, there's something wrong about you. You're sick. You've got something sick about you. So Gearhead simply says, if Janelle got rid of some of the trolls constantly there speaking on Tracy and her family in the chat, she might have less problems from her, maybe. Just an observation, but I think that's the main beef. Not sure why it's hard to comprehend or figure out that's part of the issue. Janelle may not be saying anything, but she can stop who it is if she chooses to and maybe catch less flack. She can do whatever. I'm just making a pitch on what I think part of the problem may be. Those troll accounts are contributing drama and not much else. So they wouldn't be any huge loss, would they? E-Beggar's response to that is trolls are trolls. That doesn't mean a person gets a pass on criminal acts. So this is before I was live and before Janelle's live stream. So what were my criminal acts? What did my daughter do that was a criminal act? What did my dead mother do that was a criminal act? What has Sandra done that's a criminal act? I mean, E-Beggars, there's no criminal acts other than what you do. There's no criminal acts other than what you do. And Gearhead says, I don't know about the criminality part. Nobody is going to do jack about because that's how it usually goes here in more than one case. It's usually just a bunch of empty threats and talk. I'm just trying to suggest what may help her avoid more problems because I'm watching both sides unfold and what Tracy keeps pointing out as her beef. Take it or leave it, no skin off my back either way. So that is perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Okay. And the bottom line is, I really don't really, I have a life too. So, I really don't want to have to do all that stuff like police involvement and all of that. Of course, E-Beggars goes back to himself, missing the point of, the phrase that, Gearhead said that but tonight they had one of the trolls give a 9.99 super chat because, then they've made them valuable, you know? So I gotta wonder, Gearhead, are you the, the, um, the one of my daughter? I mean, like, is it, you don't mind giving super chats? I mean, seriously, eh, so he brings it back to himself. I wonder what SG's issue was with me then, because for over 2 weeks or more, I've been nothing but polite to SG. Same. So why were you gonna bring out stuff from a year ago and try to cause chaos? Why did you screenshot Sharon's comment? Why are you trying to cause trauma? Because you're sick. You're mentally unstable. You are. You're mentally ill. Okay. And Cindy, in my opinion, you sounded a bit mentally ill in your live stream tonight with the laughing and the giggling and threatening to, you want to play? You want to play? Like, I mean, are you going to be all right over there? Are you serious right now? Seriously, you beggars. I don't understand why you want to get your rocks off talking sexual about me and my deceased relatives and my family members and my friends. I think it's disgusting. I find it really gross. I really do. I find it that you have some kind of a mental problem with some kind of a predatory behavior. It's a fact. It's true. I mean, seriously, how many years do I have to keep fighting against a fucking bunch of people who, and I did not know at all until they attacked me because I got cancer. And that's a fact. So, Izzy, you fucking hag, you can say whatever the fuck you want, you fucking low life bitch. With all your fucking lies and shit. You are a predator. You are a fucking predator. You've been one online for years. Okay? The only reason you guys know my kid's name is because she started a GoFundMe for her mother that had cancer. You sick fucks. You beggars, you didn't know nothing about me other than you just came in this fucking community to harass. That's it. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's it. But I don't even know how Cindy's gonna sit there and lie and act like fucking 3 days worth of text messages over the last 3 nights. Fucking because she was so frustrated about it. And to talk like you did in your live stream. Oh shit. Mm-mm. And then to say, so it was a drama night tonight. Did I add a little spice to it? What's wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Fucking weirdo. No, Cindy, you didn't. You didn't. But I can tell you right now that nobody's profiting off the sexual harassment of people like these people are doing. Whether it's me, somebody else, the sexual harassment is off the charts. It's no good. No good. No good. E-beggars, I don't give a fuck about you. Stop your bullshit. I have told you guys that when you do these things, it's fodder for flaws. And the point was, Cindy, you were watching, and you know damn well what I meant about supporting. When you subscribe to those things, and eBeggars was the first one to be pointing out, oh look, Cindy claims she don't watch it, blah blah blah. Yeah, but you went at me because you, for some reason, I don't know, you think that's the smartest move. I don't think so, but whatever. I think I'm the safest bet to vent your frustrations on. Even in the last 3 nights, you vented your frustrations to me. I was kind. I responded, but you could not do that. So I started on you nonstop again. Really, e-beggars? Really? I think that you are off the charts right there. um, it's like she does this every month around the same time when she needs that $100 so she can get paid. You hear yourself, e-beggars? You know exactly that you're in all those fucking comment sections leaving nastiness. You know what you are about. Thank your head responds. with. I'm not sure exactly what her deal is with you, unless it's just that you are usually in the chats those trolls are in, and he's modded as well. And so, she lumps you in by association. That's just my guess, though, going on what I see and hear. Right? Well, simple, totally on point. E-Beggar says, it's strange, man. I've barely been in any chats in the last few weeks. That's a lie, E-Beggars. You're lying. We're not talking about the last few weeks. We're talking about, oh my God. We're talking about the last, few days. You people have been SAing me, my friends, my deceased relatives, my family members for the last few days. It's an assault. It's a sexual assault. It is wrong. Now, it says there's 12 people here. I'm going to assume that one of you can say hello. If not, I'm going to keep going, but I'm going to give it a little bit. Good talk. If, we were anything like them, we'd just buy memberships for the people in the room to find out who's sitting there listening and not saying anything. But hey, that's how they roll. She says, and yes, I get blamed for anything others do, LOL. You're being blamed for you're a mod. You don't know right from wrong, e-beggars? Garrett says, sounds familiar on that last part. I get blamed for shit I don't personally do or get judged personally by association, etc. Yeah, but that's really mostly by, Garrett, whatever. I mean, I think you're making perfect sense here, but yeah. Like you possibly are too in the previously mentioned case or otherwise. Kinda sucks, eh? I tend to think so. You know who it does suck, though? It suck for is dead people and, young adults trying to make their way while they're doxing their full names in Janelle's room. And E-Beggars is allowing it. E-Beggars allows it. They all allow it. Janelle allows it. It's disgusting. So here comes this fucking hag. I really wish the trolls would realize that SG isn't really bothered one iota by anything they say. Fuck you, you dirty twat having hag. Who the fuck are you trying to imply that I don't give a fuck about the disgustingness? This bitch has got to be one of the trolls. Gotta be. In fact, she loves it. It gives her a reason to play the perpetual victim and put on her show. But she also loves. I would have loved if you were 6 feet under. But unfortunately, hell lives on, I guess. The trolls are actually doing exactly what she wants. It doesn't take a psych major to figure out what her game is. I mean, shut the fuck up. You need a psych major. You fucking nut. You are a nutcase. The fact that she's still here. You know, I, I never revealed that our relationship between me and my daughter was severed because of YouTube, you stupid cunt. But the point is, you're admitting that you cocksucking cunt have been harassing my kid ever since she did a fucking GoFundMe for her mother with cancer. That either I get off YouTube or you motherfucking dirty fucking sexual predators won't stop harassing her because I'm on YouTube. That's what it's about. See, these people think that they get to harass people nonstop because they think they control who can be on YouTube and who can't. Now, every once in a while, there's people up late night, but I'm inclined to think that the um, I understand if people have small kids and they may have given too much information, to somebody who might give it to these people. And so they're kind of at their mercy. I get it. I get that. I do. Um, but to speak out against sexual harassment towards anybody is really gross. Putting all my family members' names in the live stream. You know how that happened, me beggars. You didn't remove one thing. You didn't remove one thing. You are not a good person. And the whole, the whole theory of treating people like you would like to be treated, it just is not it's not a valid theory. It's really not. It's not. Because people are who they are. See me, I've always fought for what's right. Like, even about like the environment, things like that. I've always just spoke out about, you know, what I think is disgusting behavior. And it is disgusting behavior. We know disgusting behavior. We do. Saying that somebody's mother sold their virginity for an 8 ball, and saying, my grandfather is going to give me a triple boner. I mean, come on. Who doesn't know that that's wrong? But it's okay. I mean, but it really does make sense as to why people that, like peaceful people, they end up dead. Gandhi, John Lennon, Martin Luther King. I mean, like, it just, because 19 people sit silent and they either end up, people either end up that are speaking out and fighting for something that's disgusting. And we all know that is disgusting child harassment. I don't care if the person's an adult. The things they're saying in there are related to children. Okay? Somebody's cherry, their virginity, their grandfather, can I sit on your lap? That's all child harassment. So do you want to sit there and yell and scream and act like you're fucking, I don't know, but you're not, okay? I always tell you you're a good parent, so how dare you sit there and talk the way you did? How dare you? Sounded like a maniac too, and then to throw in, did I spice it up a little for everybody? What a fucking weird thing to say. What a fucking weird thing to say. Weird behavior. Gearhead, have you been watching and you saw all that sexual stuff they were saying, and you also probably know that if it was happening to you, you'd be pissed off that if you had to, like, make time to actually take this off to court and get police involved and everything. I mean, who fucking wants that? Who needs that? But fuck, man. Like, think about that. Having to take the fucking time. So to try to make it like, it's. I just, as if it's just, I just, yeah. Izzy, you're just such a disgusting sexual predator. You really are a sexual predator, Izzy. You really are. You are too, e-beggars. You are a sexual predator. Rubbing out to fucking the sexual harassment of people online, talking about fucking their grandfathers and their fucking virgin. You're gross. 23 people don't think it is, though, I guess. It's gross. Just gross. Discouraging and gross. The only thing I can say is I hope you never get cancer, and because of that, your entire family and friends and loved ones, dead or alive, get disgustingly sexually assaulted every day online. Because a group of weirdos that have nothing that they are in control of in their own life want to try to scare somebody off a social media platform that everybody is welcome to. They don't own it. How dare they? How dare they? You beggars, you should be ashamed of yourself. Hello, Richard. I don't know if you're a troll or you're real. It doesn't matter. You're not being rude and like the trolls that they have in their room. But look how much of a problem they had with, Richard Ball. This. And but I don't know if you're a real person and somebody's doxing you. So I mean, but what I'm trying to say is like the anger that they had about the hello snow. Um, oh, I don't know what that means. Snow auto join notification. I don't know what that means. Um, look at the advancement of when you said that Jabba was Karen, and then e-beggars going into Janelle's. I feel we should address Jabba the Hutt problem. They were trolled to us. I never saw Jabba the Hutt in any of their chats trolling, and they weren't saying anything here rude. Uh, and then there was another. They said that, well, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well, Snow. Um, there was another one, I cannot think of the name, that they said that Karen was, not liar alert, but maybe something with content or context or content, something in it, something like that. I can't remember, but they're saying that that was Karen too. Um, but they had a problem if, Karen was in here in other accounts or something. And e-beggars was there, we've got to talk about that. That was right. And that whole to do about Karen just because you came in here. So now it goes to, the whole to do about sexually harassing my daughter, but speaking to her like in a childlike way. So they're doing it in a PEDO way and putting her full name, you know what I mean? Putting my mother's phone, my full name, everybody's full name. And because the kid started a live stream because her mother got cancer, that's what this is about. This has been going on since the day of diagnosis, October 8th, 2020. In her 20s, but they were saying, they've got an account in there, saying my mother traded my virginity for an 8 ball. Oh, grandpa, can I sit on your lap? And then my dead father's name saying, yes, can I give you a triple boner and stuff like that. I mean, it's gross. It's fucking gross, man. It's really gross. Who wouldn't know that shit's wrong? Like, it's fucking bad behavior. It's accusing me and her of enabling. What is that? Right, but putting her full name and my full name and my father's full name and my mother's full name, you know what I mean? Making it like that's how the family was, like that. And it's gone on. So, Janelle, what you think you're the first one doing that shit? That shit's gone on since October 8th, 2020. My daughter isn't on YouTube. M- My daughter's not on YouTube. My mother's dead. She's been dead for 19 years, you know? So why should I be penalized? Like, I feel like, that's not the way it works, you know? Like, this is a social media platform, and there needs to be, law. Like, people like that they are predators. They are sexual, they are sexually harassing. Now, if I get paid from YouTube, then I'm an employee. I should be covered under the sexual harassment shit. And I am being sexually harassed at work by other employees. It's the same rules should apply. I should be able to have peace. My daughter should. And my deceased wife. I don't know what is in their minds that makes them think that you know, even that fucking Izzy try to claim that I said that it was my daughter or YouTube. I never said that. They fucking said in their minds, your daughter or YouTube, we're gonna sexually harass your kid because she started a GoFundMe for a complete stranger because her mother got cancer, and yeah, but no, they don't get to arrest people who have, had fraudulent claims of cancer and collected money, but not arrest people who it's the opposite. They don't get it both ways. If it's a crime to have fraudulent cancer, then it should be a crime to accuse somebody of a crime like that. It is sexual harassment and predatory behavior, and they need to, yeah, but YouTube should be compelled to release the records. They know them. Yeah, that's been done. This is criminal. This is criminal. People need to be arrested for this behavior. Talking, I know that you might be friends with this person, but I'm saying that e-beggars even partook in the harassment of first responders in Newtown, Connecticut, to the point where some took their own lives. These people are out for blood from people. They want to see somebody die. They do. Psychos, they're sickos. King of chaos. They're psychos. He's a mod in that channel where they were saying all that disgusting stuff and was giving her money for it. Like as if his pleasure is getting off to the sexual harassment of my family members. Rubbing one out to that dirty talk pertaining to my family. Well, I don't know that I'd want to get along with somebody like that because I feel his mind is not all there, you know? It's a predatory behavior. And harassing first responders for a tragedy to the death, and harassing an old lady named Mrs. Portland that has, mental incapacities. I mean, she's just an old lady who does crocheting, and he harasses the fuck out of her. I mean, and that's not the first woman that he's gone after. Um, his the behavior needs to be addressed and by, like in a him saying, "I'm a criminal." I've never been a criminal in my fucking life. But, they want to push that. They want to push something to happen. So then it's just really, it's really bad. It's a bad thing. He acts like he's a normal person sometimes, but there's nothing normal about a person like that who thinks it's, cool to talk about a grandfather and a great. That's not normal behavior. That is not a good person. That's sick. Sickos. Izzy's a sicko. Fucking they're sickos, man. Janelle, you're sick. I don't know what's wrong. Why don't you just stop and just do your shit? And eBay goes, why are you worried about if I get to 100,000? Why are you talking about why is Janelle worried about Sharon's mother's phone? Why? Like, why? Because I'm seeing them drop money in chats where it's just sexual predatory behavior, and I'm not for sale. Jerking off to my kid is not for sale. The shit's not for sale. They need to fucking stop. I think it's something that would bother anyone. um, it would bother anybody. It's not normal behavior. Doesn't it bother anyone? I mean, like it's not normal behavior. People are supposed to have scruples and act accordingly. And, and if people were doing that out on the street without the anonymity, it wouldn't be okay. And YouTube, if they cannot police their platform, then they shouldn't have it. Because I'm sorry, there's a lot of predatory behavior online, and maybe they should just stop with the online stuff, because if people can't control themselves, I don't know. To hide is somebody who's that's something that criminals do. They put on a mask and gloves so they can commit a crime without somebody knowing who it is. So this is like the same. It's the same. It is the same, and it's an assault, and it's a sex crime. They're gonna do some. There's yeah, it's just not gonna go over well for anyone. I mean, perhaps if people were able to put themselves in other people's shoes, you know what I mean? And I can't even. So, Cindy, who we quite often, I don't think there is too much empathy. I think there's a lot of evil. There's too much evil going on. And that's a problem. How many times, like, Izzy, how many times you gonna keep talking about my kid? I'd love to know who the fuck your kids are. And you know what? I still wouldn't do what you do. But I would love if you would come out of your anonymous fucking, shield so that everybody in your fucking community at home, like in real life, can know that how much time you have spent since October 8th, 2020, harassing a complete stranger because you got a whiff of some blood in the water and like a shark. You were like, oh, this person has cancer. Oh, come on, they've only got one kid. Oh, they don't have a big family. Oh, they're single. This might be easy to try to make this woman's life a fucking complete hell. Wow, she's going through hell. She needs to get off YouTube or we're gonna harass her family. Why did I need to get off YouTube? I didn't know you, Izzy. I wasn't doing anything to you. Why did I have to get off YouTube? You didn't like my cancer vlogs? I mean, what the fuck? No, you wanted someone to die. You wanted it because your life is so fucking horrible, and it must be. I don't care how much money you have or whatever the fuck it is. There's something in you that is sick that you write dissertations like this. Look at this. Uh, Find a non-drama community and have a relationship with your kid, or stay neck deep in it and lose your kid. See? So, okay, so who's right or wrong there? Are they wrong because they know it upsets me and they're harassing somebody totally innocent for no reason at all? Or me for being a normal human being with emotions? And so she's always my kid. She's a grown adult, but she, you know, didn't get her virginity training for fucking 8 ball. She didn't get a triple boner from her grandfather. This is going really, 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 really. It's gonna go real bad. It's gonna get real ugly. And I'm sure that it's gotten real ugly. Yeah, because they've physically in real life, I don't mean physically, but in real life, harassed her. They've harassed her father. They've harassed her boyfriend. Yes, they don't just talk about her. They they go real life. They harassed the fuck out of my landlord who had stage 4 COPD, and till basically he died. I mean, he died. And then they started harassing the what am I getting out of the attention? What am I getting out of that, Snow? Tell me. I've been a bartender for so many years. Do you really think that I have never gotten attention? I've never got attention like this. This is bad attention. Nothing, Snow. What I'm getting is I'm gonna get a fucking jail sentence. Because unless the authorities step in, you know, I don't care. I don't want this kind of attention. I wouldn't do it to somebody else. You're like, that's a silly thing, because it's gonna turn ugly, Snow. And you think that hasn't been tried? You think that that hasn't been tried? Snow. I didn't start talking about them. Do you understand? Like, they came at me not because I talked about them, but because they had a purpose. They saw somebody with cancer. I fit a criteria of people who have a past history of for many, many years. And some people, it's some of those people that they've done these things to, they're not alive anymore. No, Snow. They won't stop because it's their hobby. It's their hobby. When they're giving a woman who is allowing them to have their sexual predatory platform $375, do you think she's going to stop allowing the sexual talk about my daughter on her live stream? I believe the $375 she got was a result. Do you think she's going to stop doing that? No, so you're wrong. What does it matter? When they're talking about my kid like a whore and putting her real, like her full everything, and even you, okay, putting your full name or referring to me as a PEDO, things like that, they're putting people in danger. That's putting people in danger. They're trying to ruin people's lives. What do you mean? What does it matter? Report them. Okay. All right. That's been done. Some channels have been taken down. What I'm saying though is that it's criminal behavior. It's sexual behavior that is predatory. It's putting my kid in danger. That's just such a weird thing. Like, but what does it matter? Like, what does it matter? Then may as well tell my kid, what did it matter that you, okay, then what's the ramifications? What's the legal ramifications for that? Because, it seems like they use that phrase quite a bit. Look how many years they call the chicken winner chomo. What does it matter that they talk bad about my daughter? I mean, that seems like a strange question. I mean, she's not a whore, and I'll be damned if anybody's gonna fucking make anybody think that, like that she's given, like sex acts to get through. That's not what occurred. I'll be damned if some bitch is gonna make $375 off that. I don't understand what you mean. Like, so I'm supposed to just sit idly by and criminal behavior goes on? I do. I hear what you're saying, but I mean, like, have you ever seen any troll account in here of somebody's kid talking about, right, exactly. So it's international waters. They've made social media fall under the guidelines almost of international waters, which is the problem. That's the problem. Because we've all seen many a crime happen in international waters. But it really isn't, because so, what if you didn't want people to know those things? But it wouldn't be if you had the money, because Johnny Depp won a defamation case. If you had the money to, well, they didn't allow it about Johnny Depp. You know what I mean? So, we all matter. We all matter. Yeah, we all matter. That's like saying, okay, well, yeah, but they're, that rich guy's daughter, she's, her father's a rich public figure. So, no, they're not going to sexually harass her, but your daughter, they're going to. You know what I mean? Right, they do. They get a payday. So it's all about money. And that's why I'm telling you that, when they're throwing money at this chick to provide them a platform to whack off while talking dirty about, uh, right. But if there was some attorney, which, there has been attorneys who have defeated Google and YouTube, in fact, Pam Bondi, that's her name, right? Well, then there you go. So that's when somebody ends up in jail, right? I'm not having like nobodies that I don't even know dictate to me. I'm 57. I can use YouTube if I want. They're not going to destroy, um, pulling off their tadger over my kid and lies with a full name. Were you ever like a parent? Like, I don't think you realize what I'm saying. You understand that they've made for trying to they've harassed her in real life, right? So you understand they've harassed her in real life, right? When you are threatening that if somebody has any relationship at all with that person, that they will try to, well, nah, mm-mm. So what you're saying is somebody, you know, essayed somebody's kid and then killed them, or even just ran over them, like not just like, but killed them, right? The kid isn't there, and they were an adult. That person isn't there anymore. Uh, so since they're an adult, but they're not there to pursue the law, then oh well. Of course, families try to get justice. I want justice for myself. Well, what I'm saying is, whether it's that or somebody, kills your kid, okay? I'm talking like not. I'm not talking my kid. I'm saying in general, right? That person isn't there anymore, but they're an adult. But the family still is gonna, so don't always need the person that the crime is done to, um, to be like, hey, no, that's okay. If a kid is, it's just, yeah, it's just not, no. That's like saying if a woman was getting beat up by a man in front of you, that if you call the cops, it's not going to matter because, she didn't do it herself. But I get it. It is all about what the lawyers get out. That's what I'm saying. That, but there has to be, it's not, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So you're saying nothing physical is ever, nothing on social media has ever turned physical because of a situation being aggravated. You're saying that's never happened. That it's basically stalking, in my opinion. You're saying that it's only a crime after. What do you mean? You didn't use blanket terms. What do you say? Speaking to specifics. Oh, it seems like that's a specific question. You're saying no social media event has ever resulted in, the anti road rage has resulted. No, it's against the law. It has to be. This cannot become international waters and then that's it. No, there's people who's took their, if there's a precedent set, and there is a precedent set. Well, Johnny Depp set the precedent. Pam Bondi won a case against Google. So it's been done. It's just got to go to the right person. The right person has to, you got to get the ear of the right person who maybe can relate. Maybe something, maybe you got to get the ear of the right person because of this. I'm not the, what are you talking about? Apples to oranges. What's apples to oranges? What is apples to oranges? Well, it doesn't have to happen through my channel. Well, I know that's no. Yeah, I know. I get that. I understand it. I understand that. Those are real life people I'm talking about. Pam Bondi, she's a real life person. I know what apples to oranges means. I'm asking you, what's the apple? What's the orange? Yeah. Well, okay. All right. You know how you said what they did to you was not illegal, against terms of service, but not illegal. Okay. So right there, how is it possible that something on YouTube is against terms of service, but YouTube doesn't enforce it? And so so then what? Isn't it, when they're making their terms of service, aren't they supposed to enforce that? Because what if, maybe you didn't mind what they did to you, but what if somebody else, they do it too, and they reveal that they were, maybe had changed, their identity, and they didn't want that to be out there, or and they lose their job or their and I understand, but not everybody is strong. Like some people that may have broke them. So being strong, it's public info, your medical records? No. What I'm saying is, yeah, but that's what they put out there. Snow. They put the name in it. That's what they did. I'm saying, well, they put something out there, and I just, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You're smart. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so say you didn't want that out there because you're, see, that's crazy that it's a public record because what if you were trying to hide from an abusive husband? Why do I not need to spell out to you that people are protesting because of things that are wrong and the way they feel, but you know, and I just, yeah. What do you mean out your real name on YouTube? So you did out your real name on YouTube? You returned to hiding from social media. Mm. So that you wouldn't be able to do anything with your music and oh yeah, that'll be done. But what I'm saying is people network on social media. They have websites, they might have businesses, they network on social media. Anybody should be allowed to do that. Oh, you mean hypothetically hiding? What if you wanted to start a business? Well, see, you're comparing apples to oranges because I'm speaking in general. This isn't about you, it's about their bad behavior and that laws have to be in place. Yeah, because you didn't, you once again said, I would do this, I would do that. What I'm saying is that if you know it's wrong, that's like saying, okay, this guy over here is doing this, but since they're not doing it to me, that, yeah, they don't align. Right. They're not aligned. They do not align. Okay, right. We agree on that. What I'm saying is that, uh, I don't understand how it's not making sense to you that we agree on that. How is it not making sense to you that we agree that laws are not in place and that the terms, I mean, I just said that to you like 5 minutes ago. I said, if YouTube has terms of service, and it's, I don't understand how, it's not making sense to me. It makes sense to me as well, but it makes sense that they don't align like they should have to. Pretty certain that if everybody just turns their back on it, wow. Sure. So I'll just stay in my house, go in the closet. I won't use social media. I mean, I'm not the fucking criminal here. I'm not the one in the wrong. Why? So I don't know. What do you mean attacking my abusers? What does that mean? The law will not pursue my abusers. Will punish you for attacking your abusers. But if people are called peace officers. Okay, so I don't know what that has to do with anything. So what are you saying? A rabbit's not supposed to go outside? I don't put myself in danger. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. I'm a fucking adult. I've lived 57 years. I've never seen fucking such disgusting behavior from adults. Rabbits know better. You're making no fucking sense. Rabbits get fucking killed by predators all the time. Stop it. You're comparing fucking rabbits? You sound silly. You sound like it's, like, well, this, and the other thing, but don't bring my daughter up because you certainly don't. You're certainly not the same way as me. I'm a different person than you. Yeah, okay. So yeah, okay, I'll go, and I am the victim here? No, I am the target. That is not a victim. But there is victims in crime. It is a crime, yes. It is a crime and it's disgusting. And I'm sorry if you're the type of person to just shrug your shoulders and say, "Oh well," and then pretend that, oh, that stupid person doesn't get it. But I'm the type of person who feels like, um, that's the reason why people get away with bad behavior and disgustingness. Like, you're part of the problem. That behavior right there is part of the problem. That's like a give up behavior right there. Like, that's like, ugh, I don't care. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, and trying to talk somebody. Yeah, that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem right there. You know how many little kids are fucking harassed online? Shit needs to be fucking enforced, man. Man, silly, man. You are. You're like willing to accept not doing and the rules aren't enforced with that snow. Oh my god, you keep fucking undermining my daughter, I swear to God, Snow. My daughter is not a fucking whore. So it ain't happening. I'm not that type of fucking parent that sits idly by while people talk disgusting and sexual about my fucking family. My mother's dead. You want my mother to fucking file a report with the police? when they're talking about how many cocks she took. You want my mother to, do you? Shut up. Stop it. Fuck, yeah. I know you didn't. I'm saying they do. I'm saying they talk like I've done sexual things with my dead mother, my daughter, this and that one. It's not only my, you know, they're harassing sexually my entire family. Okay. If you want me to just ask you, what's confabulation mean? Jesus Christ. What do you mean people are going to talk about everything they see? No, you look it up. Obviously, if you can't tell me, then you don't know either. What do you mean talk about everything they see? You think people have seen that disgusting stuff? Okay, I guess that's what confabulation means. Or maybe you just don't know off the top of your head. Maybe you read it somewhere. I don't know. What do you know? Like, whatever you say, Snow. You really get off on trying to pretend to be the smartest person in the room, don't you? I mean, think about it. You should be an advocate against fucking bullshit like this. You really should. If you're a person who's gone through it, seriously? What are you laughing about? Like, you sound kind of crazy right now. God damn, man. Okay, you still haven't, just because you know one word, I don't, no, no, I asked you what the fucking word meant, but I didn't say. Yeah, God, get the fuck out of here. You act like a fucking idiot. You act like an idiot. Like a running scared idiot. And because you said a big word and you don't want to tell me what it means, then don't fucking use it. It's stupid. Fucking, that's how you are. That's what you do. You consistently fucking, but you can't just tell me what it means because you want to hold off and be like lazy bones and shut the fuck up. Shut up. Stupid behavior. Just talking like fucking people should just sit down and take it. What a stupid thing. Stupid. Yeah, that was so condescending. Ugh, that took a lot out of me. Condescending behavior and the whole. And eventually, somebody's gonna get sick of, the whole I know more than you all know behavior, which that's what's. So, hello, Whitney. Hello. Yeah. See, but that's because, whatever. Anyway, as I said before, some people want to try to, know, make things better. They want to fight. It's not about like me it's the that how are you going to sit there and say, oh, well, the terms of service and the law don't line up. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. And then say to me, I don't know how come this doesn't make sense to you. What the fuck are you talking about? Doesn't make sense to me. You're going to have to go to real lawyers. Oh, do you fucking think? I mean, I already it's like everything I said, it was as if she had me on mute and was just typing or some shit. Stupid shit, man. I don't even know. Like, stupid shit. Oh, but I don't know, confabulation, whatever. Fucking who cares? Just another way of you trying to insult me because you're condescending. But I'll tell you what, at least I'm trying to make a difference. I'm not sitting there playing video games on my live stream. Not reading the chat, not talking to the chat, just sitting there playing video games. Brilliant. All that knowledge for that? Hmm. Alrighty then. Looks like money well spent. I mean, come on. And you're going to come and try to insult me for wanting to make a difference so that people are safe? Well, I don't know where your mindset is, but you're playing video games. I mean, like, I'm not putting down video games, but don't put me down for wanting to make a difference. Even if I don't succeed at it, it won't be for lack of trying. And my daughter means something to me, and anybody's daughter means something. I don't care. I think it's disgusting because people will always be somebody's, that's their baby. What the fuck are you talking about? Like trying to fucking talk to me like that. Fucking stupid, man. You knew it was only going to go so far. That was exhausting. That was an exhausting conversation watching somebody be so condescending. Just be like, ugh, I'm sorry. Ah, silence, right? So good. But, oh, God. I mean, I don't know. I really think, yeah, society is doomed. Fucking doomed if, you know, people just keep the victim blaming of, is gross, man. That whole behavior that was just shown there was kind of like when they would blame a woman if they were RAP'd for what they wore or something. That was behavior that was like going back in time. That was not blaming other people, like, so you should stay inside or something, like how they used to do to women when stuff would happen to them. Oh, well, you were wearing a skirt that showed your knee. You that was, what the fuck? Slips like that are what are part of the problem. Sitting there telling somebody To hide? And be like a rabbit or something? Like, I'm not prey. The fuck are you calling prey? I am the wolf. Don't fucking. That is fucking. Damn, man. That was some discouraging language that you guys witnessed, okay? That is how people try to discourage people, okay? What I have uh, pinned up there is probably the most logical statement that was said in that whole conversation from her. The rest of it was as if everything's a fucking joke and like we should all act like rabbits and hide or something. Um, and not protect our loved ones no matter what age they are. Hey, if your mother is old and in a nursing home being abused, don't do anything because, you know, she's an adult. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people, man? Yeah, is this like really a fucking society where you read a story of somebody else's, because you know they don't even enforce the freaking laws pertaining when it's pertaining to kids. So the people speaking sexually to my kid like she's a kid, sitting on her grandfather's lap and making it sexual or something, they're not in the wrong. It's me and my kid. What the fuck is wrong with these people? What the fuck is wrong with that person? Fucking sick, man. This shit's gross. So gross. You know, that's why there'll be like, you know, stories about maybe somebody's young kid that took their own life because of social media. And sometimes, you know, some of those people who are harassing them, the kid, they're not always a kid, they're adults, just like this, just like this. And they take their life. But because they don't, are you fucking joking right now that some part of you inside your heart doesn't break for somebody else's kid that you don't even know because you can sympathize? And you say, I think I tend to have too much empathy. Shut up. No, you fucking don't. You acted ridiculous advising someone to be a rabbit and hide. No. How fucking evil takes over. You're advising me to talk to a real lawyer like I don't know. What the fuck is wrong with people? Your head, you know, you will make sense. You say things and stuff, but you don't say them here. You don't talk here. Because it's always the same with people that it's like when they came for the Jews, I didn't say anything. I wasn't Jewish. When they came for the blacks, I didn't say anything. I wasn't black. When they came for the gays, I didn't say anything. I was gay. And when they came for me, there was no one left to say anything. So, like, you know, Cindy, when you're having your fucking little rage stream earlier and then, you know, laughing and asking if you spiced it up, if you spiced up the sexual harassment of, you know, me and my family members, you're not thinking ahead that um, try try to get a different weirdo to act on it, causing physical harm. Yeah, they'll put it out. Do you mean like they put it out to multiple people, just hoping one of them, like, either physically harms themselves or something bad ends up happening? Yeah, because that's their hobby. They're like virtual murderers. They really are. And there's young people who are probably being harassed by people like that, adults, but because it's like, you know, Cindy, your kids are gonna sometime in their life possibly meet somebody like this. And maybe it might be their family that starts going through it. Maybe horrible. I just, this person's wife died and they harassed the fuck out of him because he spoke to me. Those, all those people are not people's friends. That's not how society works. You don't stone somebody because they are friends with somebody who you don't like and you start slandering the fuck out of them. People fucking know right from wrong. God, speak out against it. Otherwise, you never know, in the future, it could be you or somebody you love. My God, what's the point of, Mothers Against Drunk Driving? It's so that they wanted to make, laws against drunk driving. They didn't just say, well, not my kid. I'm sure there's mothers that are in Mothers Against Drunk Driving that haven't lost a kid, but they think that I'm sure there's people marching for this cause and that cause, even though it hasn't been their own experience, but they can feel for them. What what is going on? But then to just turn to social media and say, but hey, you know, fuck. What do you mean, just to get a different? Oh, you mean like somebody listening to act on it, causing physical harm? Oh, I see what you're saying. So what you're saying is they put out all the information and they make somebody seem like they're some kind of a slut or a PEDO, and then they go and that person's killed and then they all get off on it. Right? Like when I said to her, you're part of the problem, it was lost on her. It became LOL, LOL, LOL. Like, right. So basically, they're saying, yeah, so that some weirdo that's watching will act on it. I see what you're saying there. I got you now. I see what you're saying. Yeah. How do you call it society if everybody only thinks of themselves? How is it social media if it's not social? If, people are supposed to, I can't network my business out of here. I'm going to hide like a rabbit. I mean, come on. I'll use a pseudonym. Like, fucking, what the fuck? If you've got a husband abusing you, blah, blah, blah. I mean, come on, man. Ah, excusing criminal behaviors left and right. But, but yes, I definitely will have to take this to the fullest extent of it, through authorities and everything, because I don't care if somebody, has our, that whole, oh, well, you're not rich enough, or you're not famous, oh, they're a public figure, you're not, that bullshit. I don't care, man. I matter. I'm part of this. I know BS. I'm part of this world. People's feelings matter, you know? Like, to tell somebody, well, you're not this, or you're, feeling like, what the fuck? Hey, did you see that word she used, confabuliscious, or whatever it was? Can you tell me what it is? Confabulating. What was the word? Anybody here know it? Can you tell me what it is? Because, yeah, lazy bones. I ain't looking it up, but she wouldn't tell me what it meant. Fucking wants to be asked it, fucking all fucking like ostentatious. Ugh. Oh my god. Uh, ugh, uh, torturous. Knowing that this person too, like, is harassing somebody who I was, her first friend in this community. So to sit there and be like, oh, E-Baggers is nice, the King of Chaos is nice, I get along good with him, like, okay, well, confabulating myself or something like that. Snow. And then I said, okay, okay, here you go. What does it mean? And fucking, she goes, look it up. And I said, yeah, fuck that, man. You know? So she could fucking be all like, oh, okay, lazy bones. Like fucking tell me, don't be on YouTube and put yourself in danger. Like, fucking come on, man. Stupid shit like that. Oh, like the millions of other people in the world, but don't be on YouTube because some freaks are assholes and they want to put people in danger. And let's blame the people that are subject to ass wipes. We don't know what else ass wipe moves they're doing in their fucking real life. Like they could be acting like predators in real life to real people. It's a memory error. She said I had a memory error. Fucking nut. She's a nut. That's fucking crazy. What a nutcase. That's a fucking nutcase thing to say. Damn, man. Yeah, okay, that's what happened. Snow. I mean, fuck out of here. But doesn't even fucking go with fucking nothing, man. That's stupid. A memory error. Stupid. Go back to your video games, lady. I had to boot her, like, because her advice was so, like, ugh. Ugh. Somebody who sits on their live streams playing video games. Seriously. I'll be right back, too. Anyway, I'm back. But yeah, so I guess I will have to take the time out of my life to try to legally prosecute predators that are getting, paid for that. It's just not happening. It's not happening. That's sexual harassment. It's just not okay. Really, it's not. So I'm almost done with this live stream anyway. You're back. Okay. Did you see anything of what occurred tonight? Did you see Cindy's live stream? Raging at me. Raging at me. Cindy was. I understand that. I mean, is it possible to get memberships if you're, when somebody gifts memberships? Can you get gifted a membership if you're not in the live stream, but you're subscribed? Well, she's mad at me because I think we were all a little I have no clue either, no BS. But pretty much, I mean, you know, if you're watching, she was watching. Anyway, so Valdez buys memberships in Janelle's, and a couple of people pops up that they're a member, and Cindy gets a membership. You know what I'm saying? No big deal, but question is, can somebody get a membership if they're not in the live stream? And I'm inclined to believe that it's possible because one time I think I received a membership and I wasn't in the live stream. It was a different, community, whatever, but not often, only once, as that happened. But instead of, like being like, well, right, but I'm wondering if you can gift the membership um to if people who aren't watching the live stream but they're subscribed, any way you look at it, even to be subscribed to the right, to see who was in the bushes. That's what they did tonight in Janelle's. That's what they did tonight in Janelle's. And but even to be subscribed to the channel um is still supporting a channel that's, you know, like being disgusting to your friends. And so it's like it's still kind of supporting a channel like that, like I'm not subscribed to those channels. If I want to know if they're live or something, I could type in the name, you know? Yeah, I'm not subscribed to them. Yeah. I'm not going to give them my subscription, like that's just, yeah, no. Um, like showing the thing, but I'll just look and see if there's something, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't subscribe to them. That's why a lot of them also have subscribers only chats, you know what I mean? So that whatever, I don't know, but an easy fix. Say that it could be possible. Like I said, it's happened to me once that um yeah, I hear you there, but I have too many subscriptions anyways, so Even if I was subscribed to them, I'd still have to type them in. I wouldn't be able to find them unless they like it. I don't know. Have 'em. I don't know. I don't. Yeah. Is it? See, I don't get any notifications. So for me to be subscribed to something is I don't get any notifications anyway. Like I don't get notifications for Nets. I don't get notifications for Angel Babies. I didn't get notifications for Cindy's. So I don't know. I need to check and see something, but if something's up with my settings or something, I don't know. But anyway, so at the near the end, Valdez does that, buys this membership, and Cindy's name pops up. Now she always is saying, "I don't watch them," blah blah blah, blah blah blah, right? Right. If a person likes what they're sure they, but simply could have just texted me like she has been doing the last 3 nights. But instead, she went live and berated me. She didn't berate e-baggers for pointing out, "Oh, Cindy's here. She says she don't want." She didn't say shit. And, like she said, all that shit they were saying about my kid, and it was gross, really gross. And the bitch act like she hadn't even talked to me too. And she was like, and people do reach out to people and see how they're doing and stuff. By the way, I talked to her the last 3 nights, the other night on the phone, because she was frustrated at some stuff that Munchie had said when her son came into there and said goodnight. And so it was, her rant was crazy. The way she spoke to me, she called me motherfucker too. She never see her do that shit with, she's all quiet and reserved and too busy checking to see what Munchie's saying about her, when she's live. But wow, she really let loose on me. Another TH, just dying to be accepted back by them. I don't care. She can say that that's not the case, but, you know, no, I'm not subscribed to them either. Mm-mm. I'm not subscribed to them people because I won't subscribe to people I don't want to support. I'll just look them up, see. But yeah, I'm not subscribed to him either. But it was one sentence basically that, how it's, the point of it is when you support something, right, blah, 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 right? And then it was just a rant. And then this one, Izzy, of course. And yes, I agree. The only thing that the trolls achieved is to make SG happy. I mean, shut the fuck up. It's others who are victims of her cyberbullying, over the top, threatening, aggressive, drama heavy bullshit. I can't think of anybody else except SG who has told other owners and their chatters to off themselves. Shut the fuck up. Izzy, if it's been years, then there's a reason why somebody would say that to you. But I didn't say that to you. I didn't say that to you. But I will tell you that you, in my opinion, and your friends have been behind the reason why people do that to themselves. You certainly have. You certainly have. You have partaken in the suicide trolling of others, not just myself, places for years and been successful. You're disgusting. You know you have, Izzy. That's what you do. You have been hoping and praying with all your aggressiveness that I'd have either been dead by now or felt, so forlorn. You should just shut your fucking mouth, Izzy. Why don't you just enjoy your grandchildren and your so-called wonderful life instead of writing dissertations about me? Cindy, do not. She actually said to me if I wanted to play. Do you really want to play this game? Because I will win. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, Cindy? I'm just saying, you were gifted a membership. You come live as soon as I end my live stream. You know you were watching it. You know you were. Disclaimer, I do not own all the audio contained in this video. I'm only showing just this bit. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Oh, I've got it all the way down. That's why.
You don't think they've seen my channel? I've told them all about
Okay,
you.
that's not the one, but so she's told her church all about us, but that's not the one.
We have another doctor appointment on Monday with him. It's just, and I don't want to talk about it because it makes me so upset to think about what's going on with my dog right now, But I'm focusing on my life first. I always focus on my life in terms of my personal life.
Yeah, how the fuck did this get about her? Because somebody gifts a membership in a chat room, gives 10 memberships, her name pops up, and it became this. Like, she goes, and my dog's going through this and that. Okay, fine. Nobody's talking about your dog.
When I come online, that's for fun. And yes, there's drama and there's bullshit that happens, and I will speak my piece and I will say what I think sometimes, and I will stand up for what's right. And I do it in my own way. And if that's not good enough for somebody, then they can fucking kick rocks and kiss my motherfucking ass. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you, because I'm tired of it.
Do you ever hear her talk like that to anybody else that has harassed her? Nope. Half the time they think she's drunk and asleep because she's checking to see what month she wrote.
Fucking call me out on a fucking live like I'm some fucking piece of shit that did something to you.
Your name popped up in green, okay? I didn't call you out like you're some piece of shit.
I'm not the one saying anything about you.
I didn't say you were saying anything about me.
Yeah, he's, thank you, I appreciate that. We've been dealing with him right now, it's cancer. So he's got another appointment with the vet on Monday. So we're just kind of waiting it out here to see. So, but that's, that's not for me to, it's personal. And it's like, what, I was just saying how my son had he's had baseball, he does travel.
Okay, so anyway, she goes on and on and on for like an hour and 40 minutes. And then at the end, she goes, so there was a lot of drama tonight, huh? Did I spice it up for everyone, though? And laughs. By going live to berate me, Cindy? As if you didn't think all of that sexual nasty behavior in there was wrong. You thought me mentioning that your name pops up when somebody buys memberships so they could find out who the bush was. You just saw No BS say the same, that they buy them to find out who is there. E-beggars even said, "Oh, Cindy, you said you didn't watch, ha ha ha, here you are, what?" So I mention it, and then, did I spice up the drama for everybody? What the fuck is wrong with you? You think it's a joke, the sexual harassment of me and my family and friends? When we've defended you, though, that's the problem there. That's the problem. And you lie and act like you didn't talk to me and text like that, or that you couldn't have even just texted me. You go live. You really should do a video of the butt grab on the bike. I think that would be a good video. Not like in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, kind of make fun of the guy for doing it or something. I don't know. Um, you know, probably would be kind of funny. Apparently, I didn't know, like, publicly, but I guess she put up a community post yesterday, as soon as, like, um, I mentioned, okay, well, we're not talking about that right now. So, but she says she put it up for 20 minutes. And then, of course, E-Baggers, who is, a troll and a murderer, in my opinion, and, harasses people's family members, all that shit. He's got to screenshot it and say, oh, this post is now deleted. So I would have never known about it. But of course, because, he wants to cause all kinds of trouble all the time, he posted up. Gearhead simply says to him, I don't understand, like, the trolls really aren't contributing anything to the chats over there. What would be the big deal just removing them? And so, in my opinion, I don't know, like, one of them took that to heart, so they donated a super chat in one of the trolls' names. So, got him like that. Of course, according to Snow, my memory is confabulating. Fucking stupid shit, man. That is the reason why society is doomed. Because people don't think that their actions, affect the overall actions of society. I'm confabuliscious. Yes, I'm confabuliscious. Confabuliscious. But yeah. Just, I think, it's the same way it takes a whole village to raise a child, it takes, an effort for society to be able to be. No, it's licious, confabulicious. When it's about me. I mean, I can see somebody maybe putting a community post up and then rethinking it, and Sharon took it right back down. Chances are, I guarantee you, I would have never known. But E-beggars has to fucking screenshot it and make a big fucking deal over it. And they know that it's going to happen. Just like Cindy had to go live tonight and then be like, did I spice up the drama for everybody? I mean, that's just so, I don't even know. It's fodder for fools. Fodder for fools. Because somebody then puts in, the community post of, chaoses. I love when they fight. That's what I don't understand, how, like, that's not making sense to them, that, yeah, this is their life. It is. It is. It is. So, I can't do the empty threats anymore. I really do have to. So I did take some steps, but it's got to be done. It has to be done, man. It's got to be done. This has gone on for years, different places, other communities. I don't know if you know who that Mrs. Portland is. Lou mentions her sometimes, which is odd to me that she talks about Mrs. Portland. That's just an old lady who was doing arts and crafts, crocheting or knitting or whatever. She's a bit mentally capacitated or whatever, you know what I mean? Did nothing. They just harassed the shit out of her, though. They harassed the shit out of her. eBay is part of it. That's why he made his 20-minute video a couple of years ago about yarn, where he called me, all because so in answer to the question, eBaggers, about why you harassed me when you even first came in the community, it was because I said, what's the problem if she wants to sell crosses that she knitted or whatever? So it became, I was a communist, I was this, that. I mean, there was all kinds of reasons that me saying, I understand what the problem is, that she wants to sell some crosses she made. And it turned into a good lengthy video about all kinds of fucking false accusations about me. Didn't even know the guy. 20 minutes worth on yarn. I don't know. I don't know. I don't follow her or anything, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't follow her or nothing, but from what I was seeing was they were really harassing. Oh, that's nice of you, no BS. That is so nice of you. They're still harassing her to this day. You see, and e-beggars will share out the channel that really focuses hard on the woman. She's just an older lady. She isn't, all right there, And they fucking are terrible to her. Just destroy every channel she ever has. Mrs. Portland, but I don't know what her channel is. Um, yeah, yeah, and then I just don't even know. And as with Sharon, I mean, like, I've defended Sharon in quite a bit of things. So, you know, use the phone and text. Don't make a community post, because it's fodder for fools. It is. I get it. Maybe 20 minutes later, you realized it was going to do this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, when somebody types under it, I love it when they fight, that it's fodder for fools for sure. And can you stop with the dissertations that are so untrue? It never came down to me having to choose between my daughter or YouTube. That's in your guys' minds, because that was your intent. You are sick motherfuckers, but you do not control me. You don't tell me that I can be on YouTube or my family's going to be harassed. No, you don't dictate to me. I'm a fucking adult. I'm nothing of the things that you speak of me, Izzy. You are a disgusting bitch, and I do hate you, and I don't care if you do end up 6 feet under, because I fucking hate you. I don't know you to like you. You've been a bitch to me. For maybe 3 weeks in between when something, somebody gave you the okay to be nice to me. You were okay for about 3 weeks, but not probably inside, really. You are a sicko. There's something sick about you, the way you have stalked me and my child. There's something sick the way you guys are stalking people and placing them in danger and making these accusations of chomo and pedo and all of the stuff, the disgustingness that you're saying. You're sickos. You are sexually deviant. There needs to be something done. And no, Snow, I do not hide like a rabbit from a wolf. Fucking nut. Giving somebody that advice, talking to me like I'm the rabbit. I don't know what life you led, but that ain't me. Told you already, I stand up for what I believe in, and I would rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Telling people to get off YouTube and hide then. Come on. Wow, that's real encouraging. No, she told me to hide like a rabbit. Said, the rabbit goes outside and the wolf eats it. Some stupid shit. I said, so a rabbit's not supposed to go outside? And the rabbit protects itself. Shut the fuck up. Rabbits get killed all the time. They're prey. Don't talk to me like I'm prey. I don't. Rabbit. There's an abundance of rabbits and they are prey. And there is an abundance of these fucking predators online. And instead of people, telling people to, oh, well, then I guess you don't get the luxury that millions of other people do because these fucking strangers dictate to you. No. And she just kept going, what's not making sense to you? What do you mean what's not making sense to me? Because terms of service and the law don't line up. No fucking shit, Sherlock. I just fucking said that to you. But see, she's busy, you know, slinging out words that she can't tell me the meaning to. And playing video games and kissing, people's ass, even though I was the first person friend of hers here. So, like Mr. Tim said, I just want to be liked. You just want to be liked by people who are too smart to learn anything. Thank you. I kept trying to think what's going on here with this woman. Yeah, she thinks she's too smart to learn anything. Yep, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Like, yeah, too smart to learn anything. All that education to fucking sit there and fill your live streams up with video games playing. I mean, and not speaking to the chat, and then come in here and talk to me like I'm supposed to hide like a rabbit and compare me to a rabbit. That's so crazy. Your friends are rabbits, probably fucking like rabbits because they are all fucking sexual deviants that are doing these things. They're predators. They talk disgustingly sexual. It's sexual harassment. That's exactly what it is. It's sexual harassment. It's dangerous. Wasn't it terrible? Terrible. No BS. That's exactly the truth. That music, I cannot take. I cannot fucking take that video game music through the whole fucking live stream like that. I just can't. I'm not even trying to be any kind of way. I am not trying to be any kind of way. I am just saying that the video game music is off the charts. It really is. I am in full agreement there. Me too. That's about the length of it. And I'm pretty sure, like the rest of them, that's about as long as they stay too. Because you're not talking to the chat and you're just playing that music. I mean, if you're gonna just ignore the chat and play video games, then just do it alone. I mean, it doesn't make sense, But I don't know. But I could tell, like everything that I said to her, she was just trying to be like, oh, you're comparing apples to orange. Tell me what is the apples, what's the orange? Well, the apple has the money and the orange does it. Well, no shit, I already said that too. That if somebody had the money, like everything that I was saying was the exact. I said, what is it that you're not getting? I'm saying that I'm agreeing with you in these things, but you keep acting like I'm not supposed to give a fuck about the shit that they say and do. Like as if it's my fault. And then for her to use, her conflagration, whatever fucking comment, and that's what it means. I have a memory lapse. What the fuck are you talking about, lady? A memory lapse. You wish you had a memory lapse. Fucking come on, lady. You gotta be out of your mind. Out of your mind right now. Okay. You want to be friends with people who harass the fuck out of you unless you're kissing their ass. And that's it, the facts, no? We all defended what was happening to you. And then next thing, you're buddy with them all. Like, what the fuck? Same thing with you, Cindy. And I will not do that again. I won't. That's what I said. I said, I will not do it again. So if you want to sit there and think you're all fucking spicing up the drama and say, if I want to play, you're going to win. You need to shut the fuck up, lady. You really do. You need to check your fucking self. You need to step off, bitch. Because you got kids that you should be considering the future. And if these people are raising kids and you're trying to raise your kids right and they come across fuckheads like this in the future, because you sat back and berated somebody who was trying to, people who were trying to make things better in the future, you got problems. But see, yeah, you just didn't want to say that you were watching Janelle's. You just didn't want to say you were watching Janelle's. So that's why you fucking had your rage stream at me. Because you didn't want to just say that you were at Janelle's. Who cares if you were at Janelle's? But the point is, you always want to come in here. You want to come up on my fucking panel, talk about yourself, talk about what's going on with you, then get quiet. Then I got to be like, are you awake? Are you awake? And then they got fucking content going, knock, knock, Cindy, you awake? I mean, like, what the fuck? Then all your fucking live streams are you sitting there quiet, going to look and see what Munchie is saying to you. And in the text messages that went on the phone with you, I said, well, then do something about it, Cindy. So you come out and start talking to me that way. Terrible. So your kids are young. You could do something about it more so. You could, because of the whole Newtown, Connecticut stuff and having a connection to that, you could, but you won't. Because you don't really care. So don't fucking bitch about it anymore, Cindy. You don't care about everybody else, then what the fuck? You're not thinking ahead that someday in the future it could happen to someone you love. E-Baggers is the one pointed you out, and he's also the one who harassed the fuck out of those first responders that some of them took their own life, and you berated me. Your priorities aren't right. And then you compared my daughter to your dog, which is I get it. Some people as their family members, but nobody was harassing your dog. Nobody at all. Nobody. So no. Um. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Oh, is it back up? Is SV's post back up, or is there a new one? Is there a new one up? Oh my god. Jeez, oh Pete. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, she put a new one up? I don't know. I didn't see Tandra say anything to her to upset her. I don't know. Possibly the same thing that even the channels that are harassing the fuck out of us are saying, that, I mean, can we talk about, like what the chat is about instead of, the ass grabbing or this or that? I mean, yeah, like, wow, that's too bad, huh? And there I was giving her some credit for like removing. Oh, that explains Cindy getting ballsy and doing her shit. Then that's all right, Cindy, because you've done that before for um, that same reason. Um, all right. She said that, or you said that? I don't remember seeing Tandra saying anything. Goodbye, Richard. You left along with another person, or that's what her community post says. I didn't see Tandra say anything either. Oh, so she's implying that. I think she's trying to imply that Lab Chick left because Tandra said something rude. Lab Chick, did Tandra say something rude? I don't believe she did. I believe that. Yeah, no. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Interesting. Well, I've been close to Lab Chick. That would be very sad that if that is who Sharon is either referring to without Lab Chick saying that, or if that is the truth, then I'll need to know because I don't want any conflict of interest. And that would, as being a mod, if you could let me know so I can unmod you, Lab Chick, um, if that is something, if that is the case, because I believe personally and privately you could speak to me. So I don't know if Sharon is speaking for you or if that is a fact, but if you could let me know, I'd appreciate it, because I don't want any conflict of interest. Yeah, I don't know if Sharon's trying to drag people in or something. I don't know. Perhaps, oh, and then, here's another thing. Anybody goes, Kyle isn't my friend. I don't know what you're talking about. Kyle is my friend. I don't know. I don't know Kyle. I'm not searching for Kyle, so I don't know. If his comment is left on Sharon's, that's on Sharon's. I don't really care where Kyle is or not. So whatever. I mean, seriously. Jeez, oh Pete. Yeah, she probably said, can we not turn this fucking chat into, about you again? You know what I mean? It's it is a little frustrating to be talking about a topic up here and then the whole chat get distracted about, some shit. If you want to do that, then go live yourself and address that matter. You know what I mean? I mean, if, my family was being harassed at that moment. So it's like, do you fucking mind? Like, you know? But yeah, I haven't been seeing much. I mean, like, come on, man, you know? Yeah, and then tonight it was her mother's phone, which I did say, why is Chanel harassing about the phone? And then it became all about that. But I don't know if Sharon is speaking for somebody else and trying to pull them into it. But if anybody who is a mod here and that, or if anybody recognizes that incident and that is what they did, please let me know, because you know, I don't want somebody who's not loyal to the channel to be a mod. It's a conflict of interest. You can mod over wherever else, you know. But it's a simple request. I mean, could we focus on, everybody being harassed as opposed to just you? Or the same story of the ass grabbing? You know what I mean? Like, can that just, hey? I mean, I'm watching the other channels that are going against us, watching this go on, make it, and, looking like a fool. It's a constant. So apparently they don't know how to use, private phones. So they just want to put things public. But hopefully that person is not speaking publicly for somebody who is not in that mindset. But if that's the case, I'd like to know. So anyway, I'm going to go. I appreciate you so much, Nobius. Thank you so much for being here. I do think you should make that ass grabbing video, though. Okay, I think it would be funny. Not that it was a funny event, but I'm sure you could make it humorous. And united, we stand. Divided, we will fall. And this is a division right now. That's division. So, it will constantly be where evil keeps just excelling, going, getting stronger, where we just get flattened like little bunnies in the snow by this big old evil snowball. You know. Never hide. Mm-mm. No, but I mean, like, the public, bullshit towards people's friends like that is very disappointing, I'll tell you. So whatever you said, Tander, thank you. I appreciate it, Tander. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, because, we know that somebody really didn't change like that, that quick, like they want to turn the tides. Well, maybe all the evil people will start liking you guys again. And, it's a good possibility somebody saw $375 super chats going in somewhere and they were like, ooh, maybe if I start being mean to SG, I'll get some too. Who knows? Right? Who knows? But anyway, worse things have been done for money. I appreciate you, and united we stand, divided we fall. Say something encouraging to people and don't hide like a rabbit. Lick a rabbit. Lick a rabbit. Peace, love, and tacos.